In this video, we're going to learn some good strategies to help us be better at subtracting signed integers. So before we begin, something that everyone needs to know is that subtracting integers is really just as easy as adding numbers together. So if you're good at addition, you should be also good at subtraction. So one thing that I need you to know is that you can rewrite any subtraction problem into an addition problem using a strategy called keep, change, change. So this is something we will do every time we have subtraction. And we're going to do this every time we have subtraction simply because we want to make sure that we're not making any sign errors. So what we're going to focus on the next two slides are the strategy that we're going to use to help us rewrite subtraction so that we can then treat every subtraction like addition. So the strategy we're going to use in order to rewrite addition as subtraction is called keep, change, change. And I want you to make sure that you write this into your notebook. So it's called keep, change, change. And there are three steps to it. There's the first keep, then there's the first change, and the second change. And I'm going to describe this to you and then show you an example or two of how keep, change, change works. So the first strategy, or the first part of keep, change, change, is you're going to have two numbers being subtracted. So for example, we'll do example 1 down here. Say we had 5 minus 8. When we use keep, change, change, we're going to keep the sign of the first number. So what that means here is that we're going to look at this first number, which happens to be 5, and we're going to keep that number the same. So when we use keep, change, change to rewrite a subtraction into an addition problem, we keep the first number the same. Then we change the subtraction to an addition. So that's the first change. And then the second change is we change the sign of the second number. So we have really turned this subtraction problem of 5 minus 8 into 5 plus negative 8. They are the exact same thing, but the only difference is that we've rewritten it as addition, so we can now use our addition strategies, and we can use our number line to help us and any other strategies that we like to use. And 5 plus negative 8 is negative 3. So now let's try this again with a different example. So say we have negative 10 minus negative 3. So that one looks a little messier. So again, we follow keep, change, change. We keep the sign of the first one, so we keep that negative 10 the same. We then change the subtraction to an addition, and then we change the sign of the second number to be positive. So negative 10 minus negative 3 can be rewritten as addition to be negative 10 plus 3, which is a lot easier to look at, and then if we use our number line or other strategies to help us add, we find a result of negative 7. So you can see here that keep, change, change is really helpful in helping us to rewrite subtraction into addition, so it's an easier operation and an easier problem to solve. So for the problems below, we're going to take each subtraction problem and we're going to rewrite it first using the keep, change, change method. And then after we've rewritten that subtraction problem into addition, we're then going to solve it using our addition strategies. So everyone should have problem number 1 written down in their notebooks. So we have 3 minus 5. And we're going to use keep, change, change to turn that into addition. So we're going to keep the sign of the first, change the subtraction to addition, and change the sign of the second number. So this really becomes 3 plus negative 5. And 3 plus negative 5 is equal to negative 2. So there's our result. Moving on to example 2. So this one looks very similar, but this one is 3 minus a negative 5. So again, we're going to keep the first one, change to addition, change the sign of the second number. So 3 minus negative 5 becomes 3 plus 5, which is 8. Our next example down below, so we have negative 7 minus negative 2. So we keep the first one the same, change to addition, change the sign to be a positive. So we have negative 7 plus 2. Negative 7 plus 2, if we use our addition strategies, becomes negative 5. Then if we look at part D, so this one, we have negative 9 minus 4. So we keep, change, so that becomes negative 9 plus negative 4. And those two numbers added together, if we use our number line or one of our addition strategies, we find to be negative 13. Then from here, looking at example number 5, 10 minus a negative 3. We have 10, change it to a plus sign, and change the sign of the second number. So that becomes 10 plus 3. So 10 minus a negative 3 becomes 10 plus 3, which equals a positive 13. And then finally, our last one, we have negative 6, so we're going to keep, change, so this becomes negative 6 plus negative 4, and that is equal to negative 10. So you can see how just rewriting, utilizing keep, change makes the problems a lot easier to look at because they're now addition, and if we utilize our addition strategies, we can add them together pretty effortlessly.